Okay, so now let's try converting examples in converting a complex number in rectangular form to the different forms. So unahin natin 2 polar. So express z is equal to negative 2 plus 3i in polar form. So how do we do this one? So recall natin na sa modulus natin is yung z, absolute value of z, absolute value of z is equal to the square root of x squared plus y squared. Okay? And we defined na yung r natin is the modulus, it is the modulus or the absolute value. So we can use this formula in finding r, okay, given a rectangular form. Okay, given a complex number in rectangular form. So our x now will be negative 2 and our y is equal to positive 3. So in computing for r, that is equal to the square root of x squared, which is negative 2 squared plus 3 squared. So this is equal to the square root of 4 plus 9. So our r is equal to the square root of 13. So we have already computed for the value of our modulus r. Now, how do we compute for its angle or the argument? So how do we compute? Again, let us try to graph this in the Argand diagram. So for example, this is our R, C13. So yung R natin, or in plotting, we can get this coordinates. X is equal to negative 2 and y is equal to 3. So this is negative 2 and this is 3. These are our points. Since our x is negative, obviously, nasa anong quadrant tayo? Nasa second quadrant because second quadrant has a negative x and positive y. So first quadrant naman, that should be positive, sorry. Sa first quadrant naman, they are both positive. Third quadrant, they are both negative. And sa fourth quadrant naman, our x is positive while our y is negative. So, given our points, nandito tayo sa second quadrant natin. Okay, so this is 2, this is negative 2, and then this will be positive 3. So, yung point natin is nandito. Ayan. So, this is our R. Okay? So, from there, kunin natin yung theta. Okay? So, dito natin kunin si theta. Okay. So, compute natin yung theta natin. How do we compute that? Given tayo ng y, which is 3. Tapos, x which is negative 2. So, yung gagawin natin, since hindi tayo given ng hypotenuse natin, ang gagamitin natin is yung TOA, which is tangent theta equals opposite over adjacent. Okay, so yung opposite natin is, since dito natin mineasure yung angle, opposite natin will be y. And then adjacent natin will be si x. So tan theta is equal to, what is our y? That is 3 over negative 2. Okay? So in order to get the value of our argument, kunin natin yung inverse tangent of this one. So theta is equal to the inverse tangent of 3 over negative 2. And the inverse tangent of 3 over negative 2 is equal to negative 56.31. So we got a negative angle. So nakapolar tayo. Ibig sabihin our angle should be in degrees. Okay? So naka-degrees yan. Since nasa second quadrant tayo, we can add 180. So if we are in the second quadrant, take note to second quadrant, oh sorry, Second quadrant, we add 180 degrees to the computed angle. So, plus 180 degrees. Kapag dito ka nag-measure ng angle. So, kapag naman sa third quadrant, you subtract 180 degrees. Okay, so take note to ah. Okay, so since we get negative 56.31 degrees and we are in the second quadrant, we should add plus 180 degrees. So our new theta will be 123.69 degrees. Okay, so you can do that. However, meron din akong isang ituturo sa inyo. If you try to get the measurement of the angle here, yan. So, sabihin na lang natin na this is phi. Angle phi. Okay. So, if you're going to get for the value of phi, of course, gagamitin pa rin natin si tangent. Gagamitin pa rin natin si tangent inverse. I'm sorry. Tangent inverse, yung value ng y na natin, opposite na natin will be si x, which is negative 2 over yung y natin si 3. So, tangent negative 2 over 3. So, our new angle na makukuha natin in computing this will be negative 33.69. So, ibig sabihin, from here, from our y-axis to the hypotenuse of or our modulus, the angle is 33.69. Now, disregarding yung sine natin, we add 90 degrees. Why? Kasi ito yung gagamitin natin na reference point. Okay, so if we use this as our reference point, ibig sabihin we measure the angle from the modulus up to here. Yan. So, we measure the angle from the modulus up to here. So, if we try to add 90 degrees, then that is the value of the angle here. So, disregarding the sign ha. So, this will be equal to 33.69 plus 90 degrees. Our angle would be 123.69 degrees, which is the same as dito sa computation natin dito. So, you can use either, okay? Basta make sure na tama yung mga ginagawa ninyo. So, now let's write si angle natin. Yung R natin is 13, tapos yung angle natin is 123.69 degrees. So, our answer for letter A, dito ko na lang ilagay. So, A is equal to Z is equal to R natin is square root of 13 angle 123.69 degrees. So, this is the conversion of the complex number in rectangular form to polar form. So, what's next? Okay, convert naman natin siya into trigonometric form. So, isulat na lang natin yung value ng R natin, which is square root of 13, and our angle is equal to 123.69 degrees. Okay? So, here, sa trigonometric, Z is equal to R, which is square root of 13, times cosine 123.69 plus sine I sine 123.69. So, this is how you write for the trigonometric form of this complex number. So, pwede rin na yung answer natin will be square root of 13 CIS 123.69. Gaya ng sinabi ko kanina. So, either of this pwedeng maging final answer for trigonometric form. And for exponential form naman, we have r is equal to square root of 13. Tapos yung theta natin is 123.69 degrees. But take note na kapag exponential form, dapat yung angle natin is naka-radians. So how do we convert degrees to radians? So take note of this conversion. 1 radian is equal to 180 degrees over pi. And pi is in radians. Okay? So, convert natin si 123.69 degrees into radians. So, yung denominator natin is naka-degrees para mag-cancel yung unit natin na degrees. And this will be in radians. So, this will cancel. And this is equal to 0.69 pi. So in writing the complex number in exponential form, we have z is equal to r is equal to square root of 13, and then e raised to I times our theta is 0.69 pi. So this is now the exponential form of our complex number. So that is example number 1.